President Trump about to address the House GOP conference meeting in Doral, Florida. But in the meantime, the party's over for illegals, literally as ICE agents busted a Tren Aragua, who knows, invite-only party in Colorado, locking up nearly 50 people. On Sunday alone, ICE nabbing nearly 1,000 criminal illegals across multiple states, giving the boot to sex offenders and murderers. Yet some folks are missing the point of targeted and criminal. Actress Selena Gomez sobbing at the sight of these bad hombres getting deported, posting and then deleting this video.
All my people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
You got a few mansions. Open them up.
Yeah.
Gomez explaining her decision to delete her post in a now deleted post that says, apparently it's not okay to show empathy for people. You know, Jesse, you are considered one of the most empathetic people on the planet.
It's true, and that's why I'm not really upset with her.
Oh.
The judge and you are probably just going to lay into her, but that's not me, Greg.
No, not
She's
you at all.
honestly upset. Those were real tears, and she may feel this way. She's misinformed. She doesn't understand it's rapists and killers that are going out first. The worst are first. I like that Trump has quotas for deportations. He denies that they have quotas, but I hope it's true, because without deadlines and targeted numbers, you're not going to accomplish anything in government. Biden had quotas for getting rid of whites in government. He has quotas for getting rid of illegals. That's what DEI was, Jessica. He's like a CEO. He's like, Holman, you got to hit your numbers by the end of the month. Let's go. No bonus. I hate how Biden knew there was a murderous foreign gangbang nightclub in Denver and let him party. Imagine being a gangbanger in Denver where you're sex trafficking, gun trafficking, right out in the open. Imagine how comfortable you have to feel to be on foreign soil and operating like that. After 4 years, you're basically like, yeah, they know we're here and they don't care. Brennan, who keeps arguing with J.D. Vance, for some reason always takes the side of foreigners, whether it's the Ukrainians, whether it's the Chinese, whether it's the Afghans. She just needs to understand this is a country that she lives in. She doesn't live in a foreign country. And it puts it into perspective. Miller was asked this question by one of these weepy reporters who did one of these Selena Gomez deals where she tries to scare you with tears. She said, why are you doing all these ICE raids at schools? And he goes, if we're doing an ICE raid at school, we're protecting the kids at the school. We're taking out a rapist from the cafeteria. That's how we have to look at this.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Jessica, that obese monstrosity known as Pritzker actually said that they had gone to a school when, in fact, it was Secret Service who were out there trying to protect against a known threat. That must be embarrassing for you personally as a fan of Governor Pritzker.
I called him and I said, JB, I think they're going to the school.
Yeah.
And he was like, on it.
Yes.
That was an unfortunate consequence of people tweeting too fast, obviously, and not waiting for the facts of it, but also that I feel as though it is increasingly hard to tell what's true and not true. And that is a bigger
Welcome to the club.
I know, God. It was all a big hoax, huh? Quotas. So Biden was getting out, I think, on average, like 308, 310 a day. Trump is now targeting, I think, 1,200 to 1,500, which is obviously a huge jump. Part of the concern is that there might be some people caught in those roundups who are not non-citizens, that there are people that we either are U.S. citizens or people who have, been here for, I hear you breathing heavily, Janine, you can go after. So that's something to pay attention to. I saw as well that that Trump and co. want all the ICE agents to be in their vests and for this to be good TV. And like Nancy Mace tweeted asking where she can watch deportations on live stream. I get it. My sense of humor is not the same as the rest of the country. I don't know if live streaming deportations is going to be the selling point that Republicans think. Also, Tom Homan was interviewed over the weekend and asked about the canceling of the CBP One app and all of those appointments. And the interviewer asked him, well, what should people do? right? And he said, we'll go to ports of entry, but they are cutting down on a legal way to apply for asylum. That's what that app was doing. There are people waiting upwards of a year in Mexico for their appointment. So if we can't actually follow the asylum process, which no one would deny is a legal right that they have, and then on top of it,
Jessica,
the undocumented.
we're full. The country is full.
So you're admitting that they are cutting down
Jessica,
on legal
20 million people came in here in the last 4 years. We're full.
Though you did say something and you kind of made light of this whole live streaming thing. And Judge, I think the thing here is it's being done with full transparency right before your eyes. They're inviting you to look at this. It's not in the dead of the night. And let's not forget, they weren't covering the immigration. The media wasn't covering the immigration mess. The government didn't care. Mnuchin was at the border every day. They didn't care. And now they care.
They tried to stop the drones that we were using to identify what was going on. First of all, the asylum process. If there's a problem with asylum, call the UN and get them involved. Okay, we are full. Jesse's right. And by the way, I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. And you're right. I am breathing heavy right now. The classic left argument is always the same. They may get people who are not illegals. They may get people who are Americans. No, Donald Trump may be Hitler. It's never about the facts. It's always about what they see in their minds, which are all messed up, okay? First of all, every person that I've seen is a single guy, military age, which is exactly what we've been seeing in this country for the last 4 years. I don't see any women and children, and every one of those people has an order of deportation, is a criminal, a pedophile, a murderer, a dirtbag of some type. Now, let's talk about the journalists. Let's talk about Martha Brennan, and let's talk about Margaret Brennan, Martha Raddatz. Martha Raddatz, I can't believe they're rounding up people. Why was she not shocked when people were coming in through the border illegally, unvetted? Children, we didn't even get DNA from the children. We didn't even get pictures of the children. There's no shock that we lost 300,000 children. They're just shocked that we're following the law. And that J.D. Vance has to stand up and say, when she says that people are vetted, no, the guy was involved in material support to ISIS, which means your vetting is either not being done or you're too stupid to figure out whether or not the guy is telling the truth. And that's all I have to say. And I am very calm, but keep doing it.
You know, Dana, Trump is considering sending 90,000 IRS agents to the border. And so should sex traffickers keep the receipts?
No tax on tips.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out. For like on Selena Gomez and the others, I would check your compassionate privilege because they never said anything about Laken Riley.
No.
You had to goad the former president, into actually saying Laken Riley's name or Rachel Morin's name. They couldn't get a call back from the White House. They ignored all of that. So where does the compassion for the illegal criminal immigrants end and your compassion for your American citizens begin? That's what I didn't understand about that whole thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing about you mentioned that these raids are not happening in the dead of night and that you get to see them. What was happening in the dead of night in the Biden administration? They were flying people in the dead of night.
Right.
And then putting them all around the country and then lying and saying that they weren't doing it. We would actually have a split screen moment with the former White House press secretary saying the border is closed. Secretary Mayorkas, the border is closed. Split screen, Fox News at the border, everybody coming across. And none of those reporters that we've mentioned so far were ever down there. I used to ask Bill Mnuchin all the time, anybody else there? Nope, they were all by themselves. The story of a lifetime, and they missed it on purpose. And now they want to try to win a Pulitzer because of it.
They missed many stories, but they sure got a hold of Trump's tweets. Good job, guys. All right, at any moment, President Trump will speak to the House GOP in Doral, Florida? Doral? I don't know. I don't get out much. But coming up, President Trump has just handed Karen her bass.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.